Hello, everybody. It's let's see, what date is it? It's November 15th still, 11:04. Right. So, I've gotten a lot of heat from posting all those videos, talking about my family and my upbringing. I know I used a lot of curse words and a lot of you know, kind of emotion. I thought some of it, looking back on it, I thought some of it was pretty funny. Um, I that stuff just kind of came out of me, and wasn't even sure how it came out because I didn't really look at it when I posted it. But you have to understand that while maybe some of that stuff was a little exaggerated to bring about a different kind of feeling. Um, Most of it was true in a sense where that's what I experienced as a child looking out and seeing that. That's a lot different than looking at it as an adult and seeing that okay, maybe it wasn't that bad, but as a child it was that bad, and that's what I feel that I did there. Those are the emotions that I wanted to feel as a child, but I couldn't, because I'd be slapped. I'd be told to shut up. So. They are videos that I don't know what to say. They represented something. Maybe, again, exaggerated, but not because of insanity or some kind of mania or something. Maybe because my creative mind wanted to bring it somewhere else. Um, and in a place where again, that's what, no matter what really happened, that's what the child feels. Did all that stuff happen exactly the way I said it? No. And did I exaggerate the voices and the yeah, but those incidences were actual events. It's based on true events, and maybe exaggerate a little bit, but it is, and some of it is definitely true. There's no, I mean, it definitely happened to me, and that's how I felt as that person, as that young person that was going through that. Sorry if a lot of you guys don't really understand what I'm going through, and you keep on telling me to go get help, get help, get help. Yeah, I mean, if I feel that at one point, I just can't. But think of it as, I just want to repeat, I want to say this, that if I didn't, and I think the videos that I just made, all of them, every single one of them, I'm proud of. I don't care. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not trying to get a movie deal or some kind of deal out of something like this. What I'm trying to get is some satisfaction and release. And I think it did that for me. And I'm able to now look back at it and look at them and see the reality of what they are, but then also laugh at the content. Because no matter what, we're all living a movie, right? We're all players in some kind of play that uh, some, some funny God thought would be even funnier to watch. Didn't really come out that good, but I'm I do not want to insult anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody. But the way my family has treated me, it gets to a point where I no longer want to, I no longer want to tolerate that anymore. And a lot of it was built up, pent up stuff that was inside of me that I needed to get out, and getting it out in that format, I think was one of the best things that I did personally for my life. I look back at at all these videos and I go like, hey man, you know, it's another creative thing, just like those paintings and just like the sound healing I was doing and everything else. It's another creative outlet that I was able to tap into, and again, I'm satisfied. Anybody don't like the content and what I said, and how could I say that about families? Like, well, if my family really didn't believe all that stuff was true, all they would have to do is come to me and say, "Come on, hey, good, funny stuff. Let's that," and I would be like, "All right, cool," but they don't. They get angry at me and they get pissed off at me, which means to me, personally that they're feeling guilty or lying, or somehow somewhere deep inside they know a lot of that is true, and can't admit it. So, you know, what can I do? That's the way I'm feeling. I'm also feeling, I'm trying to, I'm trying my best, do it on my own, best I can. But I want to repeat, if I went to rehab, say 2 weeks ago, none of those movies would have been made. None, because I would have went to rehab. I would have stopped completely. I would have come out, and those specific movies, maybe something else would have come out, another way to me get it out. But those things, those videos on YouTube that I put up, none of those. If I would have went 2 months ago, if I would have went 3 months, if I would have went whatever, up until like a couple of days ago, including this one, would not have been made. So what I'm saying is that I understand why everybody's concerned, and I can understand why you kind of want the old John Euster back, the sound healer that healed you and made you feel good about yourself, but I gave you all that stuff so you could use it, not so I could have to be repeated for you every time. So take all the stuff that I gave you, sound healing work, and use it. Don't look for me to pull me back into something that I would like to do, but maybe not that way, because now I've gotten a lot of the stuff that kept me from doing a lot of things in my life that I never did out of me. If I would have done this at the age of 25, 26, I would have been able to, do a lot more in my life towards the creative side, as opposed to more of the side that I was kind of like pushed into and given no other chance. Is this, or you go work as a mechanic, or you go work somewhere at a pizzeria or something, or you go into banking, finance. Go. But we're not going to help you, and you have to go by yourself. But my sister's going to get you a job, in the first bank. All those things really happened to me. I exaggerated them because I felt that was a creative way to do it. And I was in the right headspace to do it. So this is not. I mean, I'm in a hotel. I'm meeting people that are kind of cool. Some guys going through the same thing I'm going through, which is cool. Kind of cool to know that somebody else, only not cool for him, but somebody else is going through something similar to me and understands me. So that's good to have, because no matter what, the understanding that you get in certain places is geared towards, just like Monmouth, but it was geared towards really, really, like Monmouth, yes, like really pushing people into a place where you just take medication and then you go back into the world and deal with the world with this medication that makes you not creative, very dull, very, very bland, and very, very, very able to go and have a lot of coffee and work. So again, I think I've upset way too many people that I shouldn't have. And when you say to me, well, how can you think that I didn't shut? Well, just make believe it's a movie. Make believe it's something that I'm building that's creative. For me, it was a release because a lot of it was true. But you don't have to believe me, but you don't have to hate me for doing it, though. That's the thing. If you don't want to believe me for it, then think of it as a movie, and it's creative. Then watch it again. Watch the whole thing again as this unfolding story of from when I first started recording those videos to now, because they are an unfolding story of my life and where I was at this point in my life. So the people that want to watch this and really get it, watch it and get it. If it bothers you, don't. But if you start doing pages and pages of comments on these things, telling me how wrong I am and how, oh my God, you need to go get help, and there's ways to go around it. It's wow, man, you guys are really not getting any of this, are you? You think I did 200 paintings in a month and a half because I was, I don't know, not because I was doing what you want me to do, I was doing what everybody wants me to do. That's the thing, man. I would have not made any of those paintings. I would have not done any of these videos. I would have not gotten to a certain place where I released a lot of stuff that was inside me that I wanted to get out, but I had no one to say it to, nothing to. Nobody wants to hear the stuff that I put in that video. So I put it on the video. So if you watch, I'm not selling you anything. I don't care. I'm not looking. The whole producer's giving me, thousands, $100,000 to make sure that it's exactly what you want to see. It's what I put on there, and I put it on my Facebook page. This is my Facebook page. If it bothers you, don't watch it. You want to insult me and try to change what I just did? Again, if I would have went to rehab 2 weeks ago, none of these would have been made. If I would have went to rehab 2 months ago, none of those paintings would have been made. It doesn't matter what it takes to get to that point, as long as you're sane and able to come back. And that's the shamanic principles. Maybe it's, oh no, he's not really a shaman because he doesn't have a lineage. I understand the shamanic principles and the ability to go from one dimension to another, from one state of mind to the other, and still be able to come back and say, you know what? You don't have a right to call me crazy, because I didn't go there and stay there. I went there to check it out, and I came back. And I'm fine, and just like the song says, I'm still alive, and I'm able to do what I need to do. Now have you alienated people? Yeah. Are people pissed off at me? Yeah. Is my whole family not there? Is nobody giving me any kind of help? Except for the few people that my client says, oh, I help you move the stuff out. I said, okay, thanks. Yeah, but I needed to make these videos. I needed to post them, whether you watch them or not, because of my own therapy, of my own rehabilitation, not from any stupid fucking drug that I put into my system, but from my experiences growing up that I had to rectify and understand. And yeah, I could have wrote it all in a big journal, or I could have typed it up in a big journal, but you know what? I don't like typing and I don't like writing. So now I just figured out that maybe I like talking into this camera to be able to document it, so I have it somewhere, This is my journal. And it's a comical one where I had a lot of like spice and kind of feeling. So if you like it, watch it and laugh at it, some of it, man. Because it's fucking some of this shit. I read. I haven't even seen a few of the other ones, but I go through some of them and I laugh. I laugh when I'm watching, because a lot of it is what actually happened to me. It's done in a way that I would not normally do. That just didn't come to me to portray all those characters in my family and do them in a way that they were exaggerated, of course, but do it in such a way that I could like, do that whole thing that I did. I'm again, except for like the whole like losing the space thing, which I finally found a way to get the stuff off of there and onto my computer, so at least I don't have to worry about losing these, the few that I have left. But they're all on YouTube, so I'm hoping YouTube keeps it going. So yes, my recovery. This is the third day of me getting away from everything. I did have a little incident at the center the other day. I'm trying to not go there now for a while, just to try to clear my head for that place and see what's going on. Trying to figure out what to do. The incident wasn't anything major. I just I went there to try to clean up and do things, and then I didn't feel it. I didn't feel like staying there like I used to feel like, so I kind of just left. But it is what it is. And this is it, Hey, am I feeling the pain that everybody wants me to feel, to be in detox? I'm feeling it. I ain't completely detoxed, not yet, but I will be. And if I don't, that means maybe I have a couple of more things to do and say, and maybe I'll be able to transition from doing it one way to the other. But whatever it is, it really is my journey, and the journey that I choose to be on. And no one has a right to give me advice to the point where you're calling me something that sounds like very much like judgment. That's what I feel more than anything else is judgment over the things I'm doing. And you're right, I curse a lot. You know, I grew up as a kid in Queens, and I used to be in the back seat of my brother and sister's cars, and they had their friends with them, and every one of those people spoke the way I was speaking and cursing the way I was cursing. So if you're going to blame me for cursing like that, well then blame everybody around me in the 70s and the 80s that did that. And now all of a sudden you can't do that. You can't even curse in Bradley Beach because they'll give you a ticket. I got one. But, so, you figure it out, why I do that and smoke like a chimney. I said it in the other videos, and those things are actually true. But you know what? I can now look back and say, I did it in such a good, funny way that I can look at those things and laugh now, and that's made it a little bit easier for me to deal with, you know. So just to let you know, you see, like I am detoxing. I have like I can go on the floor and feel that pain in my solar plexus, like everybody wants me to do, as the poison is getting out of my body. But you know what? You say that to a 90-year-old shaman that has used anything he can to get to that shamanic experience, and he'll laugh at you and say, you know what? It was your worry that created the disease in your bodies. Right? It is your worry about the things that are out there that should be used and done, and ways to contact certain places and things that are outside of this human box that they put everybody in. Right? You ask that 90-year-old shaman, and that's what he'll tell you. And then he'll laugh and say, you know what? Even if I would have died 20 years ago, as long as if I got to do what I needed to do, then it doesn't really matter. Good night, namaste, and blessings to all.